guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's makeup, I don't know, I just felt like recording. I needed to put up a foundation routine, so in this tutorial I'm just showing you how I achieve my everyday foundation. Well, is it every day? No, because every day I don't wear makeup. But I show you step by step when I do wear foundation. And I am actually using a drugstore foundation. I am using the MAybelline Fit Me, which I absolutely love. But yeah, let me stop rambling and let's get on over to this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.
First, I'm beginning with moisturized skin, and I'm going in with my foundation primer. I'm using the Mary Kay primer, and I'm just applying that all over my skin. It's very important that you moisturize and prime before you apply your foundation for a smooth application. Next, I'm taking my Illuminator by NARS in the color South Beach, and I'm just applying this to the high points of my face for a natural glow. Next, I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Pure Orange, and I'm just color correcting any darkness that's on my face. So I have a few scars, and then I'm going with it underneath my eyes to cover up them bags. Color correcting is a major key. If you find that your foundation is appearing a little ashy or anything like that, it could be that you have some discoloration, which we all do, and so you might need to cancel out that darkness before you apply your foundation to prevent any ashiness. Next, I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. And I'm buffing that out with my Real Technique brush. Y'all, I love this brush for applying my foundation. At first I didn't like using brushes, but lately I've been really loving this brush. It just gives like an airbrush finish. It's not a foundation brush, it's I think it's a contour brush or something like that, but I use it for my foundation and I love it. And I think it's like $8. And you can get this from Ulta or Walmart, and it's an amazing brush. Next, I'm going in with my NARS Creamy Concealer in the color Amande, and I'm just concealing underneath my eyes and anywhere else that needs a little extra coverage before I begin highlighting. This is another important step that I like to do, because if I just go in with my highlight and not fully correct, it'll appear ashy and my dark circles or my bags will pop out underneath my highlight. So I like to go in and conceal and color correct first and then put my highlight. And I learned this from MAybelline. Now I'm going in with another NARS concealer in the color Caramel, and I'm just highlighting my face. And I'm putting that underneath my eyes, center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose and my chin. Everywhere that I want to attract light is where you're going to highlight. Next, I'm going to take a wet beauty blender and I'm going to spritz it with some Fix Plus just to add additional moisture, and then I'm going to begin blending that out. And blending does take some time, but it's so worth it. As far as blenders are concerned, I really advise you guys to invest in a beauty blender because it is so worth it. It's an amazing product, and nothing blends out like the beauty blender. I have heard though that the Real Technique sponge is a close second, but I am loyal to my beauty blender. I'm just blending out my highlight and making sure everything is well blended and no harsh lines. And now I'm taking my black Opal stick foundation in the color Beautiful Bronze, and I'm just going to contour my face and try to make that forehead smaller, girl. And now I'm gonna just bring that contour down my nose. I like to just define my nose a little bit, and plus I want it to be extra with this tutorial, so I'm doing everything. I'm contouring my nose and I'm contouring my cheeks and my forehead, y'all. So I like to blend out my contour first before I go in with my beauty blender, just to help diffuse the color into my highlight, and that it just meshes together perfectly. And then I take my beauty blender and then I further blend out everything. And another trick I like to do, I like to take what's left over on my the concealer side of my beauty blender, just to kind of define my contour, and then it just, I don't know, it just helps sharpen everything out. So that's a trick you can do if you feel like your contour is not popping like you want it to. Now I was feeling a little extra, so I wanted to further highlight. I'm taking my MAC, what is this? My MAC, I don't know what this is called, but it's from MAC and it's a highlighter, and I'm just going in and further highlighting. And another trick I like to do, I like to take my highlight in on my nose, and this makes my nose appear a lot slimmer. This is actually a lot easier to do instead of adding a contour color to your nose. So I'm just going to bring the concealer in to make my nose appear slimmer. After I blend all that out, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my contour palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to just set my contour. Next, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. If you find that your Laura Mercier powder is leaving you looking dry or casty, what I like to do is when I dip my sponge into my powder, I like to then tap the powder onto like part of my arm. And what it does is just takes off some excess powder so that when I do apply it, it's not OD. And that way, you know, I'm not out here just putting a whole bunch of white powder underneath my eyes. And then another thing I like to do is really just work that powder into my skin just to set it. I'm not baking, and if I do bake, I'll wipe off the first layer and then apply another layer, so that way it's not just being absorbed, if that makes sense. I'm putting that translucent powder in my highlighted areas, and then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and go back in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to set the remainder of my face. This is going to keep my makeup on all day long, like all day. This is what I do when I compete. This is what I do on a day-to-day basis when I do wear foundation. It just sets everything in place, and you know, I'm in Florida, so I ain't trying to melt off all this good product that I'm putting in. And then I'm going in with my favorite part, that glow. I'm going in with my Anastasia Sun Dip palette, and I'm using the color bronze first. I just add that to the bridge of my nose, my chin, my forehead, and the high points of my cheeks. All that. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with Moonstone right on top of that, just for extra bling. You can never have too much highlight. I promise you, highlight is my absolute favorite part of makeup. Highlight, brows, and lashes. That's all I need. That's all I need. Now for my brow highlight, I like to apply my highlight with a synthetic brush. It just makes everything look clean, sharp, and just popping. So I would suggest just using a synthetic brush, and then it makes it more concentrated as well. Look at that highlight, y'all. Like, hello, bling bling. It's popping. And then I'm gonna just spray my face to kind of set and mesh all those products together. And lastly, I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my current favorite lip combination, which is NYX Brown Lipliner. And then I'm going to go in with MAC's Peachstock lipstick. And then Anastasia's Gilded, which is like a gold lip gloss. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with MAC's Oyster Girl lip gloss, which is everything. This is my current favorite nude lip, and I think it's here to stay, right? Honestly, truly. And that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy my tutorial, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.